My name is Ming. I'm the CEO of Keru. We are a social enterprise that works with professionals and students to do projects in sustainable development around the world. And we do projects both in cities, but mainly in rural areas. We are mainly based in China. Our headquarters is in Shanghai, but we have projects all over China, and then in the countries of Cambodia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Southeast Asia. And I've been around for about 5 years. So I think the challenges for remote learning, I mean, obviously like access is a big thing. So if you're on a computer, it's very different than even if you're on a smartphone. The good thing
Mm.
about, so I was actually on a forum yesterday giving a talk.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and yeah, it was just about connectivity, like internet connectivity and delivering education online. And the
Mm.
striking thing that I think I always took for granted was that I didn't realize like how like prevalent the internet access was across China. So you could go to like
Mm.
these really remote villages, like I'm sure you noticed in Shandong
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
myself in Guangzhou. You
Okay.
have like strong 4G
Exactly.
signal,
Yeah, yeah,
even the
yeah.
most remote of places. So it's not an issue of technology. I would say that the issues for education are more cultural
Mm.
and structural. So for example, like in rural areas, like access to educate. So I guess like culturally, right? A lot of places in rural China don't have a strong emphasis on the importance of education, or they don't really
Mm.
see, like for example, like it's really quite difficult for a person from rural China to make it into a top school
Right.
for university. So like I think based. So obviously it's a generalization, but that kind of um, you know reality makes it very different in
Right.
terms of the um, in terms of the way that you view the role of education. I guess it depends on the scale of the nonprofit. I do feel like it's very viable to run your nonprofit as a social enterprise and generate income that way. So if you're in an urban area, there's several ways that you can generate income apart from relying on donations. So
Mm.
giving workshops. So workshops are extremely popular in big cities.
Right.
Um, where you bring in people and then you have them do some sort of experiences. People pay for experiences, so uh, I think that enterprising nonprofits can think about using workshops to generate revenue,
Mm.
to sustain operations. In rural areas, the pathways are also quite clear. So one obviously is tourism. So if you're in a rural area, you can always run a tourist operation where you bring in people from the outside, and then there's many ways to slice tourist cake. So service trips are one angle that Keru takes, and there's no reason why local nonprofits can't do that. The
Mm.
other is to promote agricultural produce. So if any of them is in a rural village, there's
Mm.
definitely some sort of agricultural product that they could put out into the market. So I'm not an expert on like licensing or safety, food safety, or anything like that. But in my mind, like I feel like enterprising nonprofits should definitely take some business elements. I think that our team, including our intern team, are our biggest assets. So we had as a small startup, like cash is always one of our biggest concerns, and
Mm.
there was definitely a disruption with the pandemic. We had a really great team that helped us make a pivot from offline to online programs, which was able to help us, generate enough revenue to sustain operations. So
Mm.
we were really, really lucky, really blessed. I think being small is also an asset because it means that you're
Mm.
a lot quicker. Your cash flow needs are a lot smaller. But the flip side is that it's a lot higher risk, right?
Right.
And then like you guys coming in during the summer to help us execute and execute well is really, really the saving grace. I would say from the kind of environmental perspective, um, um, China's rapid control of the virus was allowed us to reopen our offline
Mm.
programs, which was a big boon to us this summer.
Right.
um, so we really have to just recognize the effect of what seemed at the time draconian measures. um,
Mm.
but you know, what I can say is that China is now open for business, at least domestically, and we were able to run, and you know, that's a real blessing. So a lot of both internal and external factors.